Thank you so much, y'all. We're so honored to have you all just be able to share your voices. Ricky and I are gonna close this out, but just again, definitely give some love in the chat to our panelists because incredible, just the power of hearing your stories. I think that's another trend I'm seeing, not only in the chat, but in conversations I've had with folks of like how hungry we are for this type of community, for folks that can share similar experiences, especially with being here in North Carolina and be able to think about ways that we can connect and also mobilize. So thank you so much for sharing your stories. And so we're going to reset and close us out today. So stick around for our attendees. We're going to be starting in 1 second, but let me play a little bit of our Zoom, or not Zoom, we're on Hopin today, but our little, just a little bit of the DJing that is going to help us kind of reset the stage. And so Ricky, as I share this, our screen, you can feel free to add a few thoughts too.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Elaine, and certainly ditto what was just said around having the voices of those educators, folks like Dr. Ramirez and Liliana and Celeste, certainly inspired to keep fighting to make sure that we are seeing classrooms that look like the students that we work with every day. That was pretty amazing. And really appreciate the shout out that Carlos gave us as well. I have a laundry list here of things that I'm supposed to be bringing up. And so I'll bring these up about tomorrow's sessions right now. But the first thing on this list is I don't know what to do with this cupcake now, Elaine. It's melting. So this prop was cute for a minute, but I don't know what to do anymore. So
I think the answer is eat it, Ricky.
I think I'm supposed to eat it, right? There's a few more things that I wanted to bring up before I turn it back over to Elaine. There was a really dynamic conversation going on, but we don't see a lot of faces here. I see in the comments, I see Carol has done her homework and put her headshot there. I think filling out your profile before tomorrow is going to be really rich because you get to see not just who's chatting, but also what their background is, maybe see their face. You might recognize some folks. And so fill out the profiles, give some people a taste of sort of what your background is, and will certainly help with the next portion that I want to mention, which is the networking. We had a lot of folks participating this morning or this first session at 3 p.m. Where people connected one-on-one, and the folks that did it really enjoyed it from all the feedback that I've already gotten. And so jump in tomorrow at 3 p.m. really early before our 4 p.m. session, and you'll get a chance to talk in real time with some of the people who are in this conference. And so, we had to recreate a lot of things because of COVID-19, but one of those things that we're certainly missing from in-person conferences is that opportunity to meet new people and just chat with old connections as well. So certainly do that. And certainly want you to stick around for day 2 as well as we think about the 2 coming up conversations with students. So we'll be talking to students, two students from the area tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then we'll be talking to caregivers, to parents at 5 p.m. in partnership with Isla NC. So really excited for y'all to tune into that and hope y'all certainly stick around for day 2. And before we wrap up today, I want to give it back to Elaine to give the audience some context and programs as to more of what we do and perhaps some things you could leverage as your own strategies as you think about some of the things that were shared today in today's conversation.
Thank you, Ricky. I am going to go a little off script and just take a moment. I feel like this is going to be like the birthday cheers to our 3 years, but this is definitely a moment here, just being able to be in this space, even though it is virtual, with you all. We've been dreaming of being able to create this kind of conference environment where folks can come and network and be able to share ideas and build community, because we know, ourselves included, are so hungry for that, especially as we are all experiencing the challenges and also the opportunities of, within our community, right? As being from the Latinx immigrant community here in North Carolina. We always say that LatinxEd is a love letter, especially to our younger selves. We are from the South, raised in the South. We are either immigrants or child of immigrants, and was raised and experienced the school system too, and also struggled to figure out, who we were. And so LatinxEd in many ways is using our radical imagination and dreaming of what could be possible if we had access to history, to knowledge, to community in our schools, and especially in our community. I was going to say community leaderships as well. So I did want to recap. When I did my opening remarks, my slides weren't working, so I cannot deprive you of being able to see these beautiful slides, but also get really critical information from them too around our program. So LatinxEd, I'm going to slow down too just for interpretation, but we are serving Latinx youth, Latinx leaders, and educators in our broader educational community. And so we really are seeking to invest in our young people, in our leaders in our community that are eager and actively working towards Latinx student success. I want to share, I know I recapped a little bit about our programs here. So if you haven't gotten a chance to look into them, you're welcome to explore. But I wanted to highlight two particular initiatives that are really critical to the conversations that we have been having today and will have also tomorrow. So first is an opportunity through LatinxEd, a program called Somos Carolina. And so this is essentially a student youth organization. It comes in formats of a summer camp, of clubs at your school or in your local community, and then also an opportunity for students to receive coaching and support as they figure out who they are. What does it mean to be Latinx in the South for them or from their individual culture? But also, how do we manifest the strengths that we get in who we are into our roles as leaders and learners? So here's some, make sure you screenshot this, take a second, make sure to save this, especially if these are the types of opportunities you would like to see in your community and in North Carolina. The second opportunity is our college Econ sales program. And this is a free, culturally relevant college advising community for Latinx students in North Carolina. This is wild to me because as a first gen college student myself, who struggled to get to college and who really was hungry for support and mentorship, this is that space for them where coaches are able to give them and support them from everything from, what college should I go to? Which one should I explore? What can I explore? To how do I submit this essay? What needing essay review, to actually submitting the application and also being able to walk parents and caregivers through that process as well. So this is a really powerful space for students. We're really excited to be able to offer that automatically statewide. So if this is something that you would like to either get plugged in with your school, or maybe somebody that is looking towards college too, and we also define college as really ultimately any post-secondary educational opportunity, right? So this includes community college. This includes those four-year colleges, or really, again, matching up post-secondary opportunities with what students' interests are. So this is another really critical piece that's going to continue to help our students navigate those barriers that they encounter. And we'll learn more about those, especially from students tomorrow, as well as caregivers. So make sure you screenshot this one as well. Very important that you get this information and get plugged in. I would just want to shout out our community, our growing community. I mean, we've been at this work and laying down this foundation of LatinxEd for 3 years. As we mentioned, this is the birthday day, right? Celebrating 3 years. And so our community has just continued to grow exponentially, especially as more folks find out about the resources that we have to offer. And so we are just taking a moment to just recognize the need for these types of resources and this type of community everywhere in North Carolina, right? Across the state. And so folks that are in Western Carolina, Eastern Carolina, and I know Ricky talked a little bit about our Somos NC listening tour that's coming up, which shameless plug for when you look at your chat, the farthest tab that says Somos NC, if you want to get plugged in, if you want to join this community, we haven't met you yet, but you're like, I'm out here, I want to get plugged in, I want to be a part of this movement to really expand educational equity and opportunity, go ahead and fill out that survey because we'll be able to incorporate you into this listening process of making sure that our community's needs are at the forefront, especially in conversations that are happening at a statewide level. And so we're just so excited to be able to connect with you, especially if these conversations resonate with you. There is definitely a place for you in our community, and we're so eager to welcome you with open arms. Okay, so get on in here. But just so excited to continue connecting tomorrow. Come through. We were hoping that at least 100 people would sign up for this event. Y'all, it's close to 300. So it's wild. Just the excitement around these types of spaces. So this is just the beginning, right? This is just a few sessions to get us going, to get us in the same room, to get us connected. This conversation and this community goes on past this event, right? So we're excited to continue building those relationships with you. That's all I got to say. Ricky, I don't know if you have any last pieces there. My last shameless plug is to also check out the expo, which is an option on your tab. And if this is the first time you're using Hopin, welcome to the club. We are also first timers here. So thank you for navigating this platform with us. But we're excited to be able to also showcase other initiatives and programs that are out here eager to also either connect with the Latinx community or already serving the Latinx community. So make sure to check those out and watch those either videos or presentations to get connected. All right, y'all, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much to all of our panelists, our speakers. Have a great rest of your evening and see you tomorrow. Bye.